We really don't feel the necessity or the urgency to follow the beans and rice style of baby step 2. I can imagine that it might feel nice to have no debt and we have no intention of getting further into debt. However, I don't feel it's worth living on rice and beans for 3 years to pay off $43,000 of student loans as soon as possible. As we're a young family, we're making $6,500 a month, and now we can use our income and savings to buy a second-hand bigger car, make our garden a bit nicer, and later in life we'll have more to spare to pay off those loans anyway. What are your thoughts on this, and what would be the benefit of still following the baby steps more rigidly? That's a really good question, and you know what? I look at it a couple of different ways. Number one, the series of steps that we follow. This is a guy, Jonathan, I don't mean any harm, but you're kind of just an ish guy, right? You're doing what you want to do. You're really not on our plan. And that's fine. You don't have to be. It's your prerogative. But the way the steps work is you're doing them consecutively. And the first 3, you're doing them with intensity so that you can get to the final 4, which is really that wealth building area. So there's some method to this madness, but this kind of goes back to what we've talked about before. There is urgency. Because I think about my grandmother who would say, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. And there is something to be said for that. I think a lot of people just coast through because they think, hey, this is my plan. If I just go out like this, it's going to go, check off the boxes like that. But you really don't know what's going to come your way. God willing, everything goes fine and, you keep that income and everything will be perfect and everybody's healthy but you don't know that. And I think that you've got to live each day to the fullest. You got to do the best that you can with each day that you're given. And when you've got debt, pay it off. You got $43,000 of debt and you make a fine income. It doesn't have to take you 3 years to pay this off. You could honestly pay it off a lot faster than that. And at the end of the day,
Jonathan, what she's trying to say is your plan sucks. It sucks because it's not going to work. People have been trying to do the crap you're talking about for 50 years and it doesn't work. You can't sort of kind of get out of debt and ever get out of debt.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work. You can't find any proof text in the marketplace of someone who wanders along and lollygags and sticks with it and gets out in 10 years but plants his little garden. Well, give me a break. Call the wambulance.